One of the best movies about work in recent memory features a guy with a horse head, a talk show called I Got the Shit Kicked Out of Me, and a telemarketer whose white voice catapults him to corporate stardom. I'm not kidding. If you're like me, you're probably on the edge of your seat, counting down to the release of Boots Riley's I Love Boosters later this month. So while we wait, let's take a look back at the director's debut, Sorry to Bother You, an absurd, outrageous, and painfully accurate film about what happens when a worker forgets that the person in the next cubicle isn't the enemy. The boss is. So grab your popcorn and your placards. This is Working Class Classics, movies to watch with your union. Sorry to Bother You follows Cassius Cash Green, a struggling Oakland telemarketer who discovers that performing a white voice on the job makes him a star salesman. He gets promoted fast, rakes in the money, and despite initially joining the fight to unionize his workplace along with his friends and partner, leaves his coworkers behind. But success isn't as simple as it seems. Turns out, Cash's bosses are tied up in some pretty shady dealings with arms dealers and a particular real villain of a business partner, a megacorporation called Worry Free. Worry Free offers its workers food, safety, and housing on company property, as long as they sign a lifetime contract. And Cash is about to get very, very close to the people running it. Cash's is a cautionary tale. His rise through the ranks costs him his relationship with his artist-organizer girlfriend, Detroit, who says the job has changed him. He crosses the picket line of the union he helped start and alienates his coworkers and friends. And despite capturing his boss's attention, he never really gets their respect. Because at the end of the day, white voice or not, Cassius is a worker. His only real use to the corporate powers is as a cog in their profit-making machine, and he's about to learn that the hard way. So don't worry, our boy gets a redemption arc. It just takes a bit of horsing around. Sorry to Bother You came out when the gig economy's hype cycle was at its peak, the days when precarious work was on the rise and disruption was sold as liberation for the everyday worker. Trade job security for the so-called flexibility of the constant grind for a commission, but don't worry, you can be your own boss. Boots Riley, who's been an organizer in various working class movements throughout his life, was having none of it. He cut straight through the corporate doublespeak to expose how profit-hungry bosses seek to co-opt ambition, divide workers, and offer fake escapes from real exploitation. The film is hilarious and bizarre, but it's also so real. If you've ever been in a workplace where management pretends to care while absolutely putting you through the ringer, you might relate. The worry-free model, company housing, company store, company everything, is just a 21st century company town, and its tactics of control are right out of the playbook. We see similar dynamics in Amazon's anti-union schemes, performance metrics that turn coworkers against each other, the list goes on. But the film doesn't just bombard us with the myriad horrors workers face. It dares us to fight back. And that's one of my favorite things about it. I've seen so many movies where the characters wage a struggle against the status quo only to be crushed or co-opted or tired out, as if that's the inevitable outcome. Not Sorry to Bother You. Because even after Cassius sells out, even after he makes every wrong choice, the film never lets us forget that collective action is the only real way out. The picket line doesn't disappear when Cash abandons it, and he's not the heroic individual who saves the day when he returns. The true winning force is the workers joining together, refusing to be divided, and realizing that their power has always been in each other. From what I've heard, Riley's next feature pushes the themes of worker power and solidarity even further. Stay tuned for a review of I Love Boosters, and in the meantime, let us know. What keeps you in the struggle with your union siblings when the bosses try their best to divide you?